Hi viewers, welcome to our electrical engineering lectures channel for most interactive sessions of different subjects of electronic and electrical engineering. For the latest updates and videos, don't forget to subscribe and click the like button.
This is the main interface of the PICC compiler. So before writing the program, I want to emphasize that for better understanding of this tutorial, you must have a basic knowledge of C programming, the PIC microcontrollers. Once you have written the program, you have to check the functionality of that program by making a complete schematic in the Proteus. So we'll start by writing our first command, which is in most of the cases is to include the device header file. So the format of this command is #include and then the device name, which in our case is 12C671 microcontroller. So what does this header file do? It contains the information regarding the hardware of the device. So if you want to get the knowledge of this header file, you can always go to open file at cursor. Here you go. First of all, this header file will give you the information regarding the pins of the microcontrollers. And then you can see here that which pins can be used as analog and which pins can be used as digital. And lastly, it gives you the information about how many interrupts this device have. So I am not going into the details of all this at this stage. Going back to our main program. Next thing is to include the fuses. Again #fuse. These fuses are the configuration bits. Like you are going to configure your device that which functions do you want to use. For the list of the fuses this device has, you can always refer to the data sheet, or the PICC compiler also gives you the list of the fuses. You can go to view toolbar and then valid fuses. Here you have to scroll for your device. There you go, 12C671. Now you can see the list of the fuses here. As I am using the external oscillator of frequency 4 MHz, so you have to include XT fuse. This is not case sensitive, so you can also write in small letters. Another fuse I want to include is no watchdog timer. Another is no protect. Since I don't want to protect my code, I want it to be readable. So I'll include no protect fuse. And finally, as I'm not going to use the MCLR as input and output, so I have to include MCLR fuse also. This is how you can add your fuses depending upon which functions do you want to use in your program. So next command is to include the oscillator. So this is the format, #use delay clock equal to, as I am going to use the 4 MHz, so I have to write it in the digit form. One important thing, if you select this command and press F1, this will open the help of this command. You can see here that you can use this command in various formats. There are around 4 to 5 formats to use the clock command. Then comes the definition of IO pins. We can do this by writing the command hash define. Then we need to name any constant, for example like GP for pin A0 of the device. As I am going to make 3 pins of this device as output, so I need definition for 3 pins. I'll give the constant name GP1 for pin A1 and similar GP2 for pin A2. So this is called the smart coding, as you have basically declared these pins equal to a constant. So what is the advantage of this definition? Whenever you want to change the pin, you can always change here in the definition. Now we are going to write our main function. There is nothing to write in this function. We just directly write an infinite loop so that this loop can run forever. Now what we are going to do, we want to make the pin A0 of the device as output. So how can we do that? We will write this function, built-in function of PICC, which is output underscore high. Now we only have to write the constant name instead of pin number. This is the advantage of defining the pin number to any constant. So this will make the pin A0 high. What does it mean? It means that this pin will act as a source. The voltage equal to the bias voltage of the device will appear on this pin, and you can derive any load unless the current of the load must be less than the rated current of the device, which is given in the data sheet. So after making the pin output high, we insert a delay by writing a command delay underscore ms. This is again a built-in command of PICC, and this will insert 100 millisecond delay. Now I'll make the output pin low. So you can see the transition between low and high. Again I have to insert a delay. So there you go. There you go. Now your program is complete. Now it's time to build the program. So you can use build, or if you have multiple C source files, then you can use build all. In our case, we only have one C source file, so we will press B and it will build the program. So it will be generating error file, hex file, object file, and 2 other files in the same directory in which the C source file is placed. So I've already made a file by the name test LED. So we are going to test an LED with these pins to show that they are working. First of all, we need to place the PIC 12C671. Double click it and it will add into the component list. Another thing you need is the animated LED. You can use any color between blue, green and red. I'll go for red one. Now place the device. You can zoom by using this zoom to area. Zoom out a little bit. Here you go, so you can easily see what is going on. So what we have already done, we make pin 7, pin 6 and pin 5 as output. So I'm going to connect an LED with pin 7 of the device. So what will it do? It will make the device run. If you break the supply, then it will reset the program. So the next thing is to include the hex file which we have just generated. This is the hex file and this one is the object file. If you want to debug your program, then you need the object file. So double click it and set the clock frequency to 4 MHz, equal to what we have used in our program. Click OK. Now it's time to simulate the program. Now you can see the LED is blinking. Now we are going to do the same thing with pin AN1 and AN2. Stop the simulation. Go back to the main program. Copy the code. And now replace GP by GP1 for pin A1. And similarly for pin A2, you have to write GP2. Build this program once again. There is an error. This is mistakenly written. You copy pin A0, paste here and replace 0 with 1. Now you build the program again. This time go back to your simulation program. Now this time you don't need to upload your hex file again. It will automatically pick the hex file, latest sub file. I need to connect the same LED with A1. Here you go. Connect this with pin 6. I need another LED for pin 5. Now the circuit is complete. Now we will show you. So all the LEDs are now blinking alternatively. If you increase the delay between all these LEDs, go back to the main program and replace 100 millisecond with 2 or 3 LED 300 millisecond, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to use 300 ms. So what will it do? It will make the output high or low for more period of time now. Build again. Go to simulation. Now you can see that all the LEDs are blinking, but with the increased delay. So this is all from this video. So I have given the link where you can download the C source file, the C hex file, and also the simulation file. But you need to have the softwares in order to run all these files. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned.